Hi everyone and welcome back to the free-to-play experience. Let's talk about Vindictus today. The game was originally released back in 2010 by Nexon and is an MMORPG game that was then way ahead of its time. Let me explain to you why that was the case and why I think it still deserves your attention and love. Although it's a masterpiece in my opinion, we all know that the game has some issues and that's where I want to be crystal clear about. Vindictus has issues with lags and stuttering images or sound, mainly when you enter a new screen or finish a battle in the dungeon. This is a known issue which, unfortunately, the developers are doing nothing about for several years already, which caused the game and its community to decline and die out. So now, Vindictus is no longer what it used to be, but still worth your try and perhaps co-op some dungeons with your friends together. To be able to minimize the lag and stutter, I am showing you a screenshot from a Reddit page which helped me out a lot. Also, playing the game on your graphics card instead of the default one helps a lot, along with running it on DirectX 11 instead of 9. And once you have overcome these issues, or at least reduced it to a minimum like I have, you'll start to notice why I love this game so much, and here are the 5 reasons why. Although this game is an MMORPG, the game is not an open world game as we all know it. There are two kinds of instances, the dungeons on the one hand and cities or town halls on the other hand, where you can visit the NPC to level up, enhance gear and do quests. As far as the dungeons are concerned, although released in 2010, this game already had some amazing dungeon mechanics. For example, you can climb ladders, you can move blocks to clear up a path, you can break boxes to pick up loot, you can use harpoons when present and can even build walls to defend yourself against the boss. There are trapdoors that shoot arrows or spears when activated, there are some small puzzles that you need to figure out before you can continue. It's possible to not only use one weapon, but use 2 weapons that can be switched around willingly, and you can even kick objects or foes. You can next to that also throw spears, bombs and grenades. Outside of dungeons, you have the ability to sit anywhere where there's a log or a bench, you can hang out at a pool or even float on a mattress while you want to chill. Everything in this game feels relaxed and makes you want to be AFK from any gameplay and just hang out with friends and chat. Another reason that makes this game so interesting is obviously the cutscenes when you do raids and encounter bosses. The further you level up, the bigger and larger the bosses. Certainly, when I'm running dungeons solo, I feel very small and have an overwhelming feeling of weakness inside of this enemy. Along with the impressive bosses, this is not a simple point, tap and click game, but an actual hack and slash game that lets you maneuver freely, lets you dodge, parry and counterattack, if you get the timing right, of course. When you're in the middle of a fight with the boss, your armor can break, which is also the case in other games of course, but I haven't seen any game where this is actually visible as well. Apart from raiding bosses in dungeons, we see that Nexon has also done a lot of efforts to keep their community on board. Meaning that while in the past you had to run to each and every NPC, you can now remotely access the dialogues via the question or exclamation mark next to the quest. This lets you handle dialogues very quickly, you don't even have to read them if you don't want to, and lets you progress quickly to the next level. Even departing on a mission can be done from the game's menu instead of actually having to move to the departure board in every city. Apart from easy access to dialogues, the developers have also done an upgrade with the continuous story scrolls. It means that since that update, you no longer have to do a dungeon or the raid to get the rewards, XP and progression points that you need. Simply using the scroll skips the dungeon entirely and lets you keep the new gear, such as weapons and armor. While other games also have power leveling possibilities, I would say that the usage of these continuous story scrolls is an advantage because it's not only giving you the XP that is required to level up, but also the items and AP pills to further upgrade your skills. Usually this is the issue when power leveling, the gear and skills are starting to lag behind, but not in Vindictus. Simultaneously, while the continuous story scrolls are very easy to progress your character, I noticed that I started to slow down on the stories instead and started to actually enjoy them. They are very well written, are full of intrigue, and spoiler alert, there are some huge plot twists coming your way, so why not give this another try. Another big feature in Vindictus is the big range of possibilities when it comes to customizing your character. Be aware though, as soon as you want to touch anything on your character, meaning a change of hair, a change of appearance or a change of clothes, the game requires you to start to pay. But since this is a free-to-play game, to me this is totally acceptable. The game is very rich when it comes to character customization, already from the start when you create the character or in the dressing room in the game. Although this is a paying feature in the game, when you progress, you'll also receive rewards that give you custom clothing, which is then limited for a certain duration, but allows you to wear something more stylish than the standard armor, at least for some time. And last but not least, you can team up with your friends in an instance dungeon to hack and slash your way through the enemy and marvel at the sight of huge bosses at the end. So enjoy the storyline, enjoy a free-to-play game that is still really great to play even in 2024, visually as well as with its game mechanics. Please enjoy it. I want to stress again the fact that the game has known issues with optimization for PC, which causes it to lag or stutter, but once you get that under control, it's really worth your time. Stay tuned to the channel to be updated on other free-to-play games. This channel functions as a library for your free-to-play gamers out there. So hope you enjoyed it, give it a like or a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.